You know we want you to be a part of our studio audience because, oh yeah, it's fun for everybody. Book your seat by visiting WBOC.com or just click on our picture at the top of the page when you get there, or you can give us a call, 443-880-9116.
This segment of DelmarvaLife is brought to you by State Farm Insurance.
Okay, so just before the break, we talked to Lieutenant Tim Robinson about getting criminals off the streets and behind bars here on Delmarva. But how can you protect your home from criminals hoping to cause trouble?
Well, this time of year, the temperatures are rising and thousands are going on week-long spring vacations. So, unfortunately, home break-ins are bound to happen. Joining us today to help us protect ourselves is State Farm Agent Greg Redell. Greg, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, how often does this happen this time of year?
I don't have the data for 2014, Lisa, but 2013, there were 11,800 or more break-ins that resulted in insurance claims a month.
A month? Wow.
And that shows up in everybody's insurance premiums.
It does.
Wow. Okay. So let's start with the outside. Is there anything on the outside of the house that we can do to protect ourselves?
Absolutely. Jimmy, keep in mind what we're trying to do is to create the scenario that indicates there are people at home to anyone who's looking from the outside. Okay. What a burglar wants is someplace they can get into and out of very quickly without any discouragement and without harm of or fear of harm or being caught. Right. So we want to make sure they think someone's home. You can leave the lights on. If you can put up motion sensors and have it illuminated when someone comes into the area so your neighbors see that, that's an excellent idea. Trim the hedges, keep them under 3 feet high, and what you'll see is there isn't shelter for someone to try and get into the house at their leisure. There are a lot of different ways we can make this appear that it's much harder to get into than it should be. Keep up a sign. If you have a burglar alarm system, put a sign in your yard, advertise it. Whether you have a dog or not, put a sign in the window that says, beware of dog.
Okay, moving from the outside to the inside, are there things we can do inside to protect our homes while we're away?
Absolutely. Inspect your door locks. Make sure that if the door frame has rot on it, it'll be very easy to pull it out of the door frame. You don't want that to happen. Make sure that the locks are in good order. If you have a sliding glass door, those locks are notoriously easy to break. Put something in the slide behind it so that it can't be opened anyway. Right. If you have valuables, especially if they have sentimental value to you, put them somewhere else. Put them in a safe deposit box. At the least, put them in a fireproof safe somewhere else in the house. You're trying to put as many barriers between the thief and your stuff as possible. Make sure you unplug appliances. There's other concerns other than burglary. I know that's what we're talking about, but if you don't turn off the main water valve, at least turn off the water to your washing machine.
Always a good idea just to do that in case.
You'd be amazed what the damage is if the pipes break.
Yeah. Well, how about this? We've got neighbors. Should we ask them for help?
Absolutely. I think it's important that we realize as a neighborhood, we are our first line of defense. Right. You'd be amazed how easy it is for someone who knows what they're looking at to find a key rock that's in the garden. Give it to your neighbor, have them use it. Make sure your lawn service and your snow protection is still going. I can't tell you how many houses I drove by this winter where there was untouched snow for 3 or 4 days. That's an advertisement. No one's home.
And the motion sensors.
The motion sensors are a great idea. Burglars want light, want darkness. Don't give it to them. Right. Make sure your neighbors know you're not there, so if a motion sensor comes on, hopefully they'll call the police or at least make sure that they're open to it.
And have them get the mail.
Piled up mail in the mailbox, newspapers in the driveway, we might as well take out an ad.
Now, there are other things that we can do to protect our house, and one of them, it amazes me, people do this all the time, and it has to do with social media. Yeah.
Speaking of taking out an ad, why don't we let everyone and their brother know we're not going to be here for a while? Not the best idea in the world. You can share all your memories, you can post your photos, but do it after you get back. Let's not tell everybody. Yeah. Let the police know. I'm sure Tim would be thrilled to have people let him know that there are houses that are empty and need an extra watch on while you're gone, and they'll be happy to do that. If you don't have a neighborhood watch, think about starting one. Yeah. Those things are all excellent ways to be our own first line of defense. All
right, good advice for when we get ready to get into vacation season. Thank you so much, Greg. And if you'd like to learn more about what Greg had to say, just visit our website, WBOC.com. Click on our picture at the top of the page.
Some of this stuff so obvious and some other nerdy.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. DelmarvaLife, going to be right back.